Welcome to Lost Without Japan, a travel podcast about the life-changing experiences of exploring Japan and those moments we would be lost without. For your listening pleasure, allow me to introduce your very own Kanko Guido, Michael.
Welcome to this week's episode of Lost Without Japan, a podcast based on Japan and your Lost Without moments. I'm the director of travel for TKIC Studio Productions, and I'm coming to you with positive thoughts and excitement for your next journey to Japan and my return with Addison in 2 summers. Addison may say hi, they may not. We're in a different recording portion. Hello, Addison. The first hi ever. It's big moments, big moments. Thank you for a bit of your time today. Sam is joining me today. If you are returning once more to Lost Without Japan, thank you. And if this is your first time for joining us, I hope you'll kind of put up with some of the things for today. I wasn't sure if I was going to get an episode out today. This episode we're going to be talking about today deals with the area of Kumamoto, the prefecture itself. The previous day trip was just Kumamoto city itself. We talked about one of the One Piece statues that are a part of the One Piece anime, and they've been all kind of like spread throughout the area of Kumamoto itself to promote tourism from its rebuild that's still ongoing from the 2016 earthquake from that area. When a 7.0 Richter scale earthquake ended up impacting just throughout the region. There was lots of widespread damage to infrastructure, including Kumamoto Castle, numerous casualties and injuries. And although you can still see the area being rebuilt, I still feel this area is very much worth your time. And one of the few things we can do when we get outside of Tokyo, Kyoto, Osaka is have tourists be seen in places they aren't normally and have your tourism dollars go towards rebuilding an area that is on its way to being done so in itself. Just thank you so much for joining us today. We have sirens going off apparently right now. We have a Cubs game on. My dad was in the hospital and is still in the hospital, but he is out of one surgery and they're trying to get him the rest of the way there so he can get back home. So, hope everyone that's listening can just understand that being the case and, have not mind if we shout out once in a while for the Cubs game. The Cubs are currently up 10-0. Or if we have noises and things that aren't normally a part of the case. But Sam is joining me today to help me out for that. So let's get going because you wouldn't think, maybe if you're not into anime, that this show would have much for you, but that couldn't be further from the case. There are a lot of great spots, Sun, that are in the Kumamoto area that you may not be aware of. And let's get it kicked off because there's one in particular that I think Addison and I are going to have to add to see at least one of the One Piece, statues, just because of what's around it. How are you doing, son?
I'm good. I'm very unfamiliar with the Kumamoto area, so I'm excited to see what you found.
I brought you for your wonderful voice, and both of us have watched some One Piece.
Oh, yeah. A little bit.
A little
Like
bit.
20, 30 episodes.
So I beat you, but David was going to be joining us, but he's had some family things pop up as well, and he's currently on his way to Japan here in a little bit period of time. So he's got a while before he's gone, but that is sooner rather than later. Next time he's part of a Good Times episode. Oh, go Suzuki!
Oh my god!
Home run, Suzuki!
He's so good. Is that 25 or 26?
I don't know, but it is
25.
25 home runs.
77 RBIs.
Yeah,
Oh
please.
my
Uh,
gosh.
if there's additional voting for the All Star, go on and vote for
How is he
Suzuki.
not an all-star?
Should
That's
be,
ridiculous.
should be. It's a shame. But the first location we're going to talk to, if you listen to the last episode, is the Monkey D. Luffy statue. And Luffy's statue was first unveiled in November 30th of 2018, kind of kicked off the whole thing. If you weren't listening last time, the creator of One Piece actually donated like millions of dollars because he is from this area to promote the tourism, which is why there's 10 statues that are placed throughout. So how cool is that to make a ton of money and then
Yeah.
be able to help an area out? And this is probably the easiest statue for travelers to get to. Very easy to find. As Luffy stands guard on the front entrance of Kumamoto Prefecture's offices, which are not in downtown Kumamoto. So you're going to need to use the bus or tram to get yourself there. If you pull up the Google Maps location for what I have the Kumamoto Prefectural offices, and then I have the exact location for each of the statues. By bus, you can get there from the Sakuramachi bus terminal, and also by tram. There's part of those are here. I'll include kind of a link, like I said, for the Google Doc. If you're on our Patreon, I will put this Word document up too that you can kind of look through as you listen. Don't have to spend anything to be a part of that, but you can have access to it just by joining. That is kind of our first, and like we said, we've talked about that before. And Son, for our second one, um, if you can kind of like take a look as well. I think I sent like by email, but I'll pull it up here. I can show you. But it's next one is the Sanji statue, which was unveiled December 7th in 2019. It is in the town of Mashiki, and an area that sustained some of the heaviest damage during the Kumamoto earthquakes. And Sanji is standing in the middle of an athletic park next to a parking lot behind the Mashiki gymnasium. The area is really just like a suburb. So it's not much for travelers to do right around the statue, but you can head east from that area, and there's the picturesque mountains of Mount Aso, and just a great place for a drive. This one does not take much to find. Once you arrive in the parking lot for this area, you'll see him standing in the area. And I want to say that for that was one of the guys I know was earlier on,
Yeah.
like the cook and stuff like that. I at least know, you know,
I know that guy.
I know that guy.
He's popular.
Yeah, but yes, I mean, you'd have to be a fan of One Piece, I think, to get to that. Or if you're on the way to Mount Aso, you can just add that to
Only
what
the
you're
real fans.
real fans, real fans. Our location number 3 is Usopp, and Usopp was unveiled the day after Sanji on December 8th of 2019, and is in front of Aso Station, and kind of greets passengers as they get off the train to start their adventure in the area of Aso. Um, Next to Aso Station is also the Aso Roadside Station, which I'm going to pull up here. You can get souvenirs, tasty bento, and some apparently amazing ice cream, as well as it uses local ingredients for it.
Yeah.
You had me at that too, but so like here's
Oh,
the
that's
the roadside station is not what I would think I would expect to see. Here at least.
beautiful.
you know, so you have pictures. If you go through ice cream, like I said, it's being shown predominantly. Very worth it. Like, just come on, man. They have some pictures of the area and how like just beautiful,
That's
beautiful of the area. And I love kind of some of the different trains and things that are going through. You have the Aso milk in the glass bottle. You got your pudding in glass as well. Some pawn. Oh, yeah. There looks like there's some sort of dog, potentially, maybe. too. I don't
They
know.
got the dog.
They got the
Oh,
dog. Go Pete
yeah.
Crow Armstrong. He's
See?
not going to be outdone. But that is in the area again. If you're in that Osso area, and one thing is, if you look across the tracks opposite the station, you'll see a small building with a gated entrance, and the building is actually a restaurant that is exclusively for passengers of the Seven Stars in Kyushu, and like a super duper luxury train. Let me show you that, son.
Yeah. Oh, I think I've heard of such tales.
You know, it is pretty darn cool. So they have this like your sightseeing train and things that you can go through. So that is a bucket list, and it's something one that I'm going to go through. But it it all it says is it cost a lot of extra. We'll say that
Almost free.
prices, son, start for the 2 day per person is $2,600 a person.
USD.
USD, baby, or 5,400 for a 4 day route. So,
Only.
son, I don't know that we'll be there per se right now, but
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
if that Patreon.
When we make it big in our respective mediums.
That's right. We're gonna fly first class,
Oh, yeah.
and do the others. But you can reach it by bus and by train. And again, I have also station and the exact location for Google Maps for our friend Usopp as well. So, location number 4 is Tony Chopper,
Heck
and
yeah.
the Chopper statue was revealed in November 7th, 2020. It's located in the plaza in front of the main gate of a zoo. And if you're coming by car, you're going to have to pay the 200 yen to park in the zoo parking lot. I mean, like 200 yen right now is like, I don't know, like $1, a little over $1. But if you're coming by tram, foot, etc., bus, whatever, no fee. You can just go into the parking lot, see the statue, and leave. That being said, though, the zoo is a nice place to spend an afternoon, but may not be worth, just depends, like, what you're trying to fit into Kumamoto. If you're going to be in the area and going about, I'm all for going to aquariums and places, zoos and places, and like being around people and actually being around people in Japan doing what people in Japan do outside of just like a touristy tourist thing. Um,
Beaten path.
Off the beaten path. So it may not be there for everybody, but it would be for me. One thing that's cool about the area as well, there are a few places to eat. There's a street with a tram line, which is just kind of cool in and of itself. I have the locations that are set for that. And it's a zoological and botanical garden, is it? And so, one thing, depending on the what is there for the area and stuff like that, you can actually it can get super busy, believe it or not. But because here's some of the our flowers and things. And so depending on the season, but it is thousands of animals and a wide variety of plants and animal. So it's more than just, your animals. You actually have like a large area of just, flowers and things to be seen. So again, the mascot for the area, a Ferris wheel and things and otherwise. Um, the zoo itself, I don't know. Kind of, it's a zoo, but the flowers and things like that are pretty darn cool for it. So again, kind of nice. Location number 5 is going to be Brooke. Brooke's statue was unveiled November 8th, 2020. He's located on the west side of a parking lot of the Mifune bypass. He is located in Hiroba Friendship Park, about an equal distance from the east and west parking lot. So it doesn't matter which one you head in. There's a nice playground area that's here. Sometimes, one thing, son, like in the past, I don't know if this is going to be like still there now, but in the past there were various statues so you could buy like a replica of the statue that you were seeing in different like One Piece themed merchandise. So if it's still there, cool. And there's also for this area that's kind of funny. Unlike Dansby Swanson's swing right there, which was not funny. Um, there's a pretty big dinosaur museum in the area. So
Yeah.
if you're in Mifune, there's apparently a lot of like dinosaur things kind of throughout that city.
What?
So like if you were just going there and didn't know, you'd be like, why is there all this?
Oh, is that one with the station that has the dinosaur in front of it or something?
Let's look. Let's look. But yeah, the museum itself is pretty darn cool looking. Here you go, Addison. A dinosaur museum. What do you think? What do you think? It's got the cool things that's here. We just saw the probably award-winning Jurassic Park movie yesterday. When someone that drove, perhaps the one speaking right now, messed up Days on Fireworks. But that's neither here nor there. It was a fantastic pug-based movie, pug-based dinosaur movie that we probably won't see again. But it was cool with the audio and things like that. You learn that you can feed dinosaurs candy apparently if you see them. All good stuff. But the whole area has a whole dinosaur theme. Again, I have the Friendship Square booked for you, including some information by bus on how to get there. The Friendship Square itself, you can find the statue. And again, the whole area is just gorgeous. I have to say, if nothing else, it may not be what you're thinking as far as like you're heading out to an area. As a lot of these are towns and areas within this. But yet there are dinosaurs and things throughout, as your pictures see. But the mountains and things like the nature around it is pretty darn awesome, and would be worth it for me just to go to something different. So
Dinosaurs are good.
dinosaurs good. Next is Zorro, and Zorro was unveiled January 22nd in Ozu. It's located in a park, which is a short walk from the Higo Ozu station, and making it, one of the statues that you could actually get to by public transportation. A lot of the others, you kind of need a car, or something to get to. And it's a good place to stop if you're on your way from the city of Aso and heading out to Oita by car. There's the Central Park. Zorro's exact location was kind of in our area that is here too. Looking at the park and things that are kind of in the area, I have like again, like you have Zorro here, which is just pretty darn cool. And you look at the area that's around. I'm like, I would expect like what you'd expect from a town, but there is a like it is
not a big tourist attraction.
no, not at all, not at all. But it's one of those like if you want off the beaten path, this is it right now. So location number 7 is Frankie. And Frankie statue was unveiled November 21st, 2020, and is located next to Takamori Station in Aso. The Miyaso Railway that connects Takamori Station with the main JR line was heavily damaged in earthquakes in 2016, and didn't open for 7 years after in 2023. So recently opened again. We have Takamori Station, again, kind of located in what we have for our area. We'll pull up real quick. And one thing is that you can take the JR train to the station. And if you time it right on your calendars, this one is one where you can actually catch a One Piece themed Sunny Go train to Takamori. And let me just show you what this looks like, son. He's got the hat, everything like an old-fashioned looking, train. I'm assuming it's something that you're going to need to be able to book ahead. I bookmarked kind of the site that has it. It looks like they're still doing it right now, but it's one of those things. I'm not sure how long they're going to be able to keep that up and going. Like if you're 2 years from now, 3 years from now. But at least for now, it kind of shows it going for the next few months.
As soon as I get there, it's gonna be like,
Uh,
oh, we just ended yesterday. Oh.
Sorry, if you'd only been here just one day earlier, the fishing was amazing. Just one day ago, the fishing was amazing. That's a throwback to our Costa Rica fishing when we were told if we were in fishing, deep sea fishing, ever at a resort and it was not good fishing, they were just like, oh man, just the day before it was amazing. It's like oh, that's okay. It's okay. Nico, or Robin's statue, was unveiled October 9th, 2021. Her statue is located within the Kumamoto's Earthquake Memorial Museum. And this is located at what was formerly the Tokai University campus in Minamaso. There is a new campus. A car is really needed to visit this statue, as the Memorial Museum isn't located anywhere near a train station, unfortunately. But while you're in the area, check out the rest of the Memorial Museum. The also farmland located down the road from there. Again, a drive. And if you're in that area, then Mount Oso is also a must. And the cool thing is, while you're visiting this statue, Usopp and Frankie are also located on the other side of the mountain. So you could visit all three statues within like 1.5 hours of each other. So if you're going to catch some, there it is. Location number 9 is Nami. Nami statue was unveiled on July 31st, 2021 at Mono Sato in the village of Nishihara. Nami is located next to an upper parking area and surrounded by some like orange trees and things that are there. Yeah, as like again, just so nice. And Mono Sato is like also nearby is a local produce market and souvenir shop. And it is a popular place for people going like from Kumamoto City. Nearby, you also find a number of restaurants and a ton of ice cream shops. So, nearby wildflower fields in the fall and sunflowers in July. So, again, fall in July, just for this area, you're going to have considerable crowds. So, if you pull like for our Monosoto, like it just again, you have Bato Park, you have all of these different things, you have some shrines and things that are in the area, tons of flowers, tons of things to buy. Again, the flowers are really like, oh man, like look at that, sun, like that's just so cool, just surrounded again by mountains and flowers, and just I can see why this is super busy when it is.
Yeah. How many reviews it had, I was like, oh my god.
Next is yes, and out. Go Jordan Wicks, go. Yes. Next is location number 10. And for location number 10, we have Jinbei. Jinbei statue was unveiled July 23rd, 2022. Sumiyoshi Kaigan Park in Uto. And it's one of the statues that's considerably larger than most of the others, except for Frankie. And it does kind of fit in with the area around it. This is also where you can find. This is what I was going to tell you about, son. Is the Nagabete Sea Road. So this is a road that extends, looks like it heads right out into the sea, and you can only see it at low tide. So, you have to have the tide go down, and then you can drive across it.
Cool.
So it's just kind of different and cool. Looks like you're getting out there. But man, I'm like, just again, kind of just a cool different thing that I would have never expected to see, a road that disappears in Japan, depending on
They
the
got
time.
everything.
They've got it all. But Jinbei is located along the main roads toward the Amakasu region, which is a large archipelago that extends out to the southeast. And the shoreline offers great views of Mount Unzen, which I have bookmarked as well, and then the Nagasaki Prefecture. And a 9-minute drive down the road will bring you to Uto Marina, which is a local seafood market and eatery offering some different things. And I've bookmarked that as well. And that is, in fact, all 10 statues that are for One Piece that are located in the Kumamoto.
For now.
For now, until they add more, because how could you not? But yeah, just, I don't know, son. Like, it's kind of looking through, like, doing this research for like the one, like the dinosaur museum looks pretty awesome. Has way more than what I would expect. The disappearing road, and again, it's just like things that are outside of what you would normally do. Um, like even things for like as far as like taking pictures or spots that are here. And if I can just say, like, even if it isn't on your next trip, please, save this. Uh, you can see the roadmap for like trains, like One Piece. You don't have to be a One Piece fan to necessarily, um, fall in love with this area, but it is beautiful. There's a lot that is to it. Bookmark our last day trip episode. If you don't mind paying for Salmon Eyes, the 7 stars in Kyushu train, we'll take just 2 days. We don't have to get greedy and go for 4, but we'll do the 2. But
we're not trying to be greedy.
No. So, but not too much. But just remember, you can always reach out to the show at lostwithoutjapan@gmail.com or Lost Without Japan on Instagram. I'd say email right now is probably the best way to get a hold of me, as I am trying to not be on the internet as much, being that it's summer, and try to get some other things that are done. So I do post, on that, but not on it as much as I have, and I've missed a couple of things that said that friends of the show that have messaged, and I know like Maurice and others like David and them don't mind that I take a couple of days to get back to them. But if you're there and really wanting to talk to me and need help or assistance before you go, or just want to geek out after you get back, email is the way to go. With that, we're going to bring our like day trip or day trips, or just a trip in general to its end, and look forward to you joining us again in 2 weeks for our regularly scheduled episode. We're going to have a good time episode, and as of right now, Maurice is going to be joining us as David is going to be prepping for that vacation coming up. And wish him nothing but the best, and can't wait to hear about it on the Good Times episode after that. So please follow, like, and comment on your favorite streaming services. And for updates on the show, I said, like I said, just follow along and join us for there. If you enjoyed our episode today, like I said, with the Patreon, you can get a link to the Google Doc for this, and kind of see the show notes, at least for what we have. And anyone that donates, no matter if it's $2 or more, will get a show sticker sent to them. And go on. One last thing. If you've listened this far, I meant to say this earlier, but we had ended up buying Reservoir Dogs in 4K. I've been on a bit of a 4K binge as of late, buying some physical media so that I always have access to a movie as long as I have a 4K player. And with the passing recently of Michael Madsen, we ended up getting Reservoir Dogs. Not that I didn't have it digitally, but wanted to see it in 4K, as I've been noticing some differences between like your streaming 4K versus the physical. And when that came in today in the mail, I opened it up, and there are 2 digital copies, or like for Reservoir Dogs in it. So if it's Apple or other streaming services, reach out to the show by email, and I will send a picture of the code that you need to redeem a digital copy of Reservoir Dogs for yourself. But that is, again, only for those that are the 18 and above for sure, as this is definitely not not a family-friendly movie. No, it is not based on Japan. This is Tarantino. That's pretty much all you need to know. There's, blood, gore, and more. But I will happily share that code to our, whoever reaches out. And I'd say, my friends, even if this is a month from now or whatever it is, reach out, as a lot of times I think people just think someone's already done it. So if you do, I will gladly hand that off to you, and you can enjoy streaming the movie for free. So on behalf of Lost Without Japan and the entire crew, I'd like to thank you for joining us on this trip. We look forward to seeing you on board again in 2 weeks for our next episode. To everyone out there, Oginki Day. Stay well, my friends. Thank you, son, for joining us again today. And go Cubs go, 11-0, 6th inning. Let's just keep on tacking on. It's never enough. Bye, everybody.
Welcome to Lost Without Japan, a travel podcast about the life-changing experiences of exploring Japan and those moments we would be lost without. For your listening pleasure, allow me to introduce your very own Kanko Guido, Michael.